Do you ever feel out of the loop? Do you ever feel like you're fishing for information? Do you feel like you could use a boost in your knowledge? Or do you feel like you plain on just don't know what the fuck is going on in the reptile industry? Well, hell, man, look no further. Welcome to The Plug. I'm your boy, MJ, man. What is good? You guys might know me from Trap Talk with MJ and Unfiltered Reptiles podcast. But yes, I am your boy here in the building who's going to be giving you those weekly updates on what's happening in the industry. Anywhere from people who are laying clutches to current shows that are happening to fucking drama if it has to be drama. Whatever's happening in real life is going to be brought to these weekly updates. Let's just say that. So let's get right into it. The Schaumburg Show, baby. Brought to you by NARBC. Whew, what a great time that was. I had just gotten back from having a great weekend over at the Schaumburg Show, but I had the privilege of actually attending Schaumburg Show with REPTILE and Cold Blooded Cafe. So I got the whole side of the vendor view of things, which was awesome. But let me tell you right now, vending a show is no walk in the park. It was a lot of work. I feel like it was worth it. So shout out to Desiree, shout out to Steven for letting me tag along and be a part of that. But let's talk about the capacity, okay? How many people attended Schaumburg? Well, there's no actual fucking numbers out there, so I'm not gonna lie to you and give you some fake numbers.
You are fake news.
But based on what I was asking people, like let's just say the regulars, people who normally attend these Chicago shows, tell me that the Schaumburg show was roughly about half of what you would typically see at a Tinley show. Now, I don't know how accurate that number is, but holy shit, man, I'm not gonna lie. I did expect more people to be at this show. I had a great time. I did get to meet a lot of great people. And I'm gonna tell you one thing. To actually attend a show not wearing a mask, very player. I'm not gonna lie. That's what made me feel more normalcy than anything, was the fact that I could attend the show, walk around, say hi to all these people I knew without having to wear a mask. I'm telling you, less awkwardness for sure. So that being said, capacity-wise, I expected more people, but no mask and people were still there. The vibe of the show was real to me. I really, in my heart, feel like these shows are going in the right direction. If anything, this Schaumburg show is a great warm-up for what's about to come in October. And a lot of you have been talking about October. I can tell you that right now. The big talk people were talking about when I was at the show Saturday was how big they expect Tinley to be in October. So time will tell. Let's see what happens in October. But I will tell you right now, the vibe was solid at the Schaumburg Show. Updates, okay? We have a little bit of a launch that just recently happened, man. UBV bulbs happen to be so expensive, right? And there's numerous other reptile products that are just unaffordable for a lot of people who want the best for their animals. Well, look no further. Shout out to Ryan McVeigh and Erica McVeigh, who launched VivTech products. I would check them out on Instagram, guys. They came out with an idea that's gonna make reptile products so much more affordable, and they're starting with the UBV bulbs, which is amazing. UBV light is something that I highly recommend for any animal. It doesn't hurt, okay? Well, I highly recommend you go see what VivTech products is all about. And like I said, shout out to Erica, shout out to Ryan for coming up with such a great idea. Very big things coming their way, okay? To touch base back on the Schaumburg show, the auction, I had a great time at the auction. They raised $55,000, which is amazing, okay? So shout out to US Art for raising the $55,000, and shout out to everyone who attended the US Art auction and happened to help get to that number, because that's an amazing number, okay? I will say shout out to REPTILE for having the highlight auction that just happened to be the funniest thing I've ever seen. So yes, that's right. They bid on a saber, a movie quality saber. Like this saber could be used in a movie production, okay? It's damn near $1,000. But Desiree, they actually bid on this and were able to attain it. And Desiree dropped about $1,800 or so. I could be off, but that's what she dropped. And she was able to get this saber. And check out how this saber is being used. That's right, our boy Alex is in love with this saber, and he's a real deal Star Wars geek, as you guys can see. The dude loves it. Talk about a saber not going to waste. I mean, to be honest, if you would have put that saber in my hand, that shit would have been broken. But it's in the right hands. It's in the right Jedi's hands. So congratulations, Alex. Also, shout out to Desiree, shout out to Steven for, you know, giving that money to US Ark, because we all know all that money goes to good use for US Ark. US Ark is the ones who are continuing to fight our battle to make sure that we keep these animals in our lives and that no one's going to come and take us away. Top 6 tables of the show. I'm not gonna lie, I was gonna do a top 3, but let's do a top 6. I was really taken back by a lot of tables that I actually got to see at Schaumburg. Okay, one of the tables being Tim from Morphed Out Reptiles. Tim had some amazing super chocolate combos that I was just really thrown back about, okay? So you ball python lovers out there, if you have not heard of the chocolate gene, well, I think this is when you need to listen and hear what the chocolate gene has and what it could potentially do for your collection.
Here, the mom to this is a chocolate firefly, so we're breeding her to a red striped chocolate pin.
Shit. So shout out to Tim. Thank you for putting me on game with the chocolate gene. I always knew about the chocolate gene, but seeing supers that play with combos, very player. Shout out to Tim. Keep up the good work. Now, your monitors. Where's all my monitor fans at? Mike's Monitors was an amazing gentleman who I got to meet at the show. He had a display of Mertens that was just so amazing, made out of an actual barrel, right? Custom built by this gentleman, and it was amazing. His setup was great. Not only that, he had an amazing team of family members who was there to back him up. I won't forget going to the restroom and seeing about 10 Mike Monitor shirts, all family affiliated. That's what I love, man. When I see family rolling deep into a show, I know that the support's deep, and that's the kind of stuff this hobby needs, man. So shout out to Mike Monitors. Thank you for having an amazing setup at the show. Justin Kabelka, need I say more? Justin Kabelka was at the show. He had an amazing quality of animals. The ball pythons he had was just amazing, okay? And you guys got to think about this. This is June, you know, not really much heat is going to be brought to the show right now. A lot of heat's going to be brought next October, so just keep that in mind. Justin Kabelka's table was off the hook. And then Garrett DeMeyer, his table was amazing as well. I got to actually have a podcast, a little sit down with Garrett DeMeyer and Justin actually as well, and Mike. Shit, I got to actually have a little sit down with these guys and just kind of pick their brains on what they thought of the show. So that will be coming out here in the next week. But like I said, Garrett DeMeyer is a force to be reckoned with. If you don't know who he is already, the guy's worked with boas, super dwarfs, but he's well known for his ball pythons. And I'm telling you right now, highly respected. Shout out to Garrett DeMeyer. Thank you for having an amazing table and putting in that work at the show. Now, I will say, my favorite table, hands down, okay, and I saw a lot of amazing tables, okay, but my favorite table of the Schaumburg Show, hands down, salute to Garrett Hartle. Oh my God, this guy revolutionary. This guy literally had raised the whole booth table setup at a reptile show to a whole nother level. Garrett, you done raised the bar, my man. I will say, super player, mad props. If you guys have ever want to see what it's like to have a snake table / coffee shop setup, then you're gonna want to go ahead and check out Garrett Hartle's setup at any show that he's at. This guy has taken stuff to the next level. Okay, now to capitalize on Garrett Hartle having the best table at the show, I will say this guy is accomplishing some heavy goals with the project that he's working with. I do want to give him a shout out right now for working with 7 out of 7 super dwarf localities. And he actually had those at the show. So I believe for the first time ever, this guy had 7 out of 7 super dwarf localities displayed at a reptile show. That's never been done. And Garrett Hartle's the one doing it. And he's actually has bred successfully 6 out of 7 super dwarf localities. He has one more locality to go to be 7 for 7 on successfully breeding those. Talk about heavy goals. Talk about putting in the work. Talk about putting in the research. Garrett Hartle, man. All right, so I'm going to go over a little pros and cons of the Schaumburg Show before we get into the breeder spotlight and I wrap things up, okay? So pros of the Schaumburg Show, great location. I love the location. So many good places to eat. That's a fact. The hotel was beautiful, okay? The Schaumburg Hotel was gorgeous. Beautiful lobby, good place to eat, cool bar, and it was super close to the convention center, just like a bridge walk away, which was amazing. So that was a huge pro in my eyes. And I will say that this did feel like a good warm-up to all the other reptile shows that are here to come in the near future. I believe Arlington is the next big NARBC show. I could be wrong, but I believe Arlington is the next big show. We all know Texas is flexing, and they haven't had a mask in a long time. So I can tell you right now, the fact that vibe was great, the location was great, the warm-up felt great, there's no mask anymore, and now we're going into Texas. I think we're starting to build things here. And that's a huge pro in my opinion, okay? So let's see what happens at Arlington. Cons I had of Schaumburg. Maybe just a shitty weekend. Maybe that's why there wasn't, you know, maybe just a bad weekend to have a show due to the fact that it was Father's Day, possibly. Maybe there wasn't, I mean, maybe that's why there wasn't that many people. Just a guess, I'm not too sure. But there definitely could have been a lot more people. As far as, you know, the size of the venue, and to me, I thought it was okay. I thought it was big enough. A lot of people said that they kind of wish the venue was bigger. Not too many cons, you know, not too many people, and, you know, maybe just a bad weekend to do it. But hey, at least we got it in. Brian Potter and, you know, shout out to Bob Ashley. I actually got to meet those two amazing individuals. And yes, I will have Brian Potter on the podcast here in the near future, and that's going to be a good one. So I cannot wait for the next show, guys. And like I said, I hope this excites you guys to get ready for the shows that are coming here in the near future, because I will be attending every single one of them, okay? So before we wrap things up, Breeder Spotlight of the Week, Snake Master Exotics, a force to be reckoned with. I am not joking. This is a 6-year-old who had her first ball python clutch, a successful ball python clutch. 2.5 years ago, she picked the parents out, raised them up, paired them up, and now she got 4 beautiful little ball python noodles, was able to actually hit 2 visuals, okay? We're looking at a pastel super banana clown. Both those visuals are, and we're looking at super pastel bananas, 100% het clowns. Hey, not bad for a 6-year-old, right? Jeez, this girl already paid for her 6th grade camp for her and her brother. That is nuts. This young girl is actually putting in the work, working anywhere from ball pythons, emerald tree boas, green tree pythons, boegas, you name it. So that being said, please go follow this beautiful little champion. Her name's Ariana, and she is the Snake Master Exotics on Instagram. And just be ready to just be enlightened and be motivated, because this kid got it going on. All right, guys, so that's all I have on this weekly plug. If you enjoyed what you saw this week, if you feel like you want more, drop a comment. Hit the subscribe button. Let me know your feedback. Let me know if there's something that you want to know more of. Hell, I'm all ears. But that being said, I'm going to see you next week, and best believe I'll keep you guys plugged.